Jodi Hert, our treasurer, will be presenting tonight. She had mentioned somewhere back in February or March, just in the closing moments of our meeting, about an online group, a Facebook, is it? A Facebook group that she had been monetizing. And I thought, oh, that sounds really interesting and cool. And so she's going to be presenting on that and give you some ideas. And as you know, with things online, they're always changing. So the information is going to be as current as possible. And if you decide to get into doing some of this online groups or communities, I'm sure you'll find your way, and perhaps you can collaborate with Jodi or other members who are tech savvy. I'm not that one.
The reason that I'm up here is because when I was here in March, I stood up at the end of the meeting and said that it was my third month that I had been doing an online overall health hypnosis program that I had originally just started by, writing scripts that were very general, that anybody could use, some direct suggestions, some indirect suggestions, some metaphors, everything that could encompass most people. And I did it for really a spur of the moment at the end of the year, knowing that people had these weight loss goals for their New Year's resolutions. So I started to create it in January, and then obviously once I had them recorded, I could continue that on every month. And so I first did all of my advertising on my own Facebook page, so my own home page where I just have friends and family, and I had friends share on their pages when I was doing this. So the very first one for January, I think I had just over 100, 105, 106 people join, I think. That'd be where, well, I know. It was a good turnout. I was very happy. And then every month after that, I ended up having now the people who were already going through the program and now saying like, oh my gosh, this is so incredible. I love it, sharing it with their parents or their moms and their friends and on their own pages. So every month I consistently had over 100 people join these groups. So it was January, February. When I was here in March and I stood up, I was just getting my third round of people coming in. And so I was like, I love it, you guys, this is great, you guys should be doing this. And then in March, it all fell apart. So what happened was, I would take my MP3s and I would upload them into SoundCloud, which is a free hosting spot for MP3s. A lot of musicians use it for their music, but I was able to use it to put my MP3s on there. And somehow SoundCloud upgraded into more of an app form, and so when you tried to access from Facebook app to the SoundCloud app, everything broke. And so all of a sudden one day people were like, I can't access the session, I don't know what's happening, and so I'm like, I don't know what's happening. It's been 3 months and it's been going great, what's going on? And so I went in and I ended up having to have people kind of say, well, if you downloaded the app but you delete it and then you do this, then it will work. And so I was working through with literally every individual, because there would be a whole string of us talking about what to do to fix it, and then the next one would be like, it's not working. And I would be like,
I'm so sorry.
No, it's not. I get it. So much time spent trying to work out these kinks. And I've been following a lot of online business building people for a very long time anyway, and their whole message has always been, get the emails. Get it by email, and that is how you are able to keep your customers or clients. So I had been so resistant to that because I hate email. And I hardly ever can look through my 10,000 emails and find anything that I'm looking for, but I knew once all of that fell apart that that's the direction I had to go in. So I'm going to show you guys how building that email list works and why that's so fantastic. But I'm also going to tell you other ways that I've learned, because I'm actually in a program that I paid for called Marketing Impact Academy, and I'm learning a ridiculous amount of tips on how to get out there and get a bigger following of people. Now, I mentioned this last time, and I know there were some of you guys are very much about that client interaction. I need to touch you, I want you to be right there with me. I am not that person. So I am okay with doing Skype sessions, with doing phone sessions, with doing MP3s for individuals with their name and their specific issues. So this works really well for me. If you are the person who wants to touch your clients, I'm going to show you how this still can work for you, but it's going to be basically just from a Facebook business page and the ability to market to a very small area through a Facebook business page. So I don't know what everybody knows or doesn't know. So I'm going to ask you as I'm going through my slides if you want to know more information. If you guys are good and don't need it, we'll just pass on through because I know that I want to give Helen at least an hour. So I need to make this like 15 minutes. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So this is why I'm saying so far, because the knowledge will continue to come. Okay, so give the email addresses. So this is where I made my mistake. In those 4 months that I did, I actually have one Facebook group that's still running, and I'm still posting it in the Facebook group because they were like already at week 3 by the time I started the email list, and I didn't want them to have to start all over again. I gave them the option. I said, if you haven't done sessions 1 and 2, then go ahead and move to the email list. Otherwise, I'll keep this going for you. But once this is done, they will have session 6 next Sunday night, and then I will be done with running the group with the sessions in there. I still have a group now for all of the people that go via the email. So when they get their email, I say, here's your link to your session. Please also make sure if you have any questions, you can ask me in this Facebook group. But the interaction in there is nowhere near what it was when I had the people listening to the session. They had to check in. I know we talked about this when I was here. I was eliminating people if they didn't do it.
Right.
I have regrets on doing that, for sure. But the amount of interaction in the group was astronomical compared to what it is now. So there were good pieces of that. And I also was collecting data at the end of the first 2 that I ran in January and February. If I wouldn't have kept it that tight, I don't think I would have got the data that I wanted and that I ended up getting. But now I don't ask for the results. I just say, here's what I know, which I knew before. If you do it at least 3 times a week, your results are going to be much better than doing it once. And I had that feedback very clearly. So I was good enough at just taking that. So anyway, so here's what happens. You get email addresses by going out and getting one of these services that collects it for you and allows you to create this sign up. Does anybody have this already? People already have this?
Get response.
Okay, so there's a ton of them out there nowadays that are competing with each other to try to get your email business. So I use Aweber, so I'm going to show you a couple of slides of what Aweber looks like. But you get this sign-up sheet, you take the information, they get a confirmation email that says, yes, I want all 6 of these sessions to come to me. And then I'll show you my email sequence next and how it's all set up. But then what you do is you can have all different sign-ups for different things that you're sending out, and you can keep track of it and who's on the list. So, like I said, with the 4 groups that I did online, I had 398 participants. Not 400, 398. And I am now only at like 200 email addresses, which means that and some of these are new. So I gave up some serious information by never collecting the email addresses when I started just a Facebook group. Now I do still have their Facebook names, and I'm going to at some point follow back up with them via a private message and say, hey, you were eliminated, sorry, any chance you want to join the email group? But who knows if they will come back or not. So anyway, you get this. Here's the thing. You kind of have to have something free to give away in order to get people to give you the email address. You can't just say, sign up for my newsletter. Like, they have 10,000 emails to go. It might be like your mom going, okay, you never call me, so I'm going to see what you're doing in your newsletter. But other than that, no one is going to, that's hypothetical, right? But no one's going to just sign up for nothing. So you want to create something that they are looking for. And it can be as simple as a PDF document of ways to relax, the best ways to relax your body, or just something that people are going to want to see, and they'll give you their address for it. They may get it and unsubscribe right away. That is a chance that you take, but at least you got them, and sometimes they will not unsubscribe, and hopefully they'll remain a client or customer option in the future. So anyway, so that's how the email works, or the collecting the emails work. And then here you will see my email sequence. So what is great about this is that you set it up one time, and now whether someone, I was running these at the beginning of every month. So I was letting people in for like a week, accepting all of their requests, getting them in, then I'd have to post late Sunday night because I had East Coast people. Actually, I had somebody in Hong Kong who was doing the sessions, and so I would post them really late, and then I was having to keep track of who was doing them when I was eliminating. This, when they sign up day one, boom, they get this welcome, and I explain how hypnosis works, and there's a video link that they can go to where I show like the theory of the mind, and here's your critical factor, and here is where all of your habits are down here, and here. So they get all of that information in the welcome email. Then they get an overall health hypnosis session number one. They get that almost like within a half an hour of the welcome, and then 5 days later, I check in. This is me hoping, like if you didn't see my first email, here's the second one, still has the link again, so that hopefully they will listen to that session. And then 2 days after that, they get session 2, so it comes exactly a week after the last. And that sequence is set up for the entire 6 weeks. So I do nothing anymore. Like once I set that up, once I wrote those emails, put those links in, I'm good. So the other good thing about that is I have felt comfortable. I am also partnered with a line of nutrition products that I use for my family, and I'm able to sell and get a part of a profit off of. So in each of these, at the very bottom, I'm saying, here's something for you for free. But also, if you need any help with your overall health journey, here is a company that I'm partnered with that I use for myself. I do make money. I give 50% of that to Dog Rescue, which is who I chose to give my money to. And I just give them the option. And I have gotten sales from that as well. So I'm giving something for free, but I have gotten back from just having something else that they could purchase from me. So after this though, after they go through this, there are people who are doing this 2 times a day. I do your sessions twice a day. I love it. So my stress levels are so much less. I know that all I have to do is create a step 2 and charge money for it. And I've got at least 40 people that I know will go for that right away. I just haven't done that yet. So that's your potential for being able to, but you really do, you don't have to give them 6 sessions though. This was just something that I had created at the beginning of the year, and now that it's done, there's no reason for me not to do it. It is 0 work for me. And it has really, and now people are still sharing it and tagging their friends on it, and this is helping me, and now I'm sleeping better at night, and just amazing feedback, amazing. So anyway, if this is something that you want to do, you want to be able to do, you got to get the people to follow you. You got to have them find you. And the best way to do that is to get on live video, or video, but live video right now is the big deal. And people can see you, and they can see that you're real, and they can see you mess up, and they can see everything about you, and it makes them feel comfortable and trust or not trust you, right? So they can determine that right away. So right now, Facebook has just implemented, just very recently, within the last month, Facebook Live. You can go live from your phone and broadcast yourself either on your personal page, on your business page, or in a group with one click of a button. Now I'm going to show you, you guys can't see this, I have it blown up over here. This is the button. If you are using, who uses Facebook on their phone? A lot of people? Some. Okay, you cannot do it from your computer. It has to be on the phone app. So, and when you go to post something, anything, if you're just going to write a status update, if you're just going to post a picture, this button is always sitting there right next to the picture button. And if you click it, it will ask you, are you sure you want to use Facebook Live? And then you hit continue, and then it goes 3, 2, 1. And you are broadcasting yourself to the world. So if you're in the bathroom doing some business and scrolling on your phone, do not hit this button. This is not a joke. You will broadcast yourself live that moment to wherever you are, whether you're in a group, on your Facebook homepage, like your individual page, or your business page. Any questions around that?
Yeah. And how much is that cost?
Nothing. It's free. It's on every single Facebook app now.
And when you do a session, how do you charge? How do you collect?
Okay, so I wouldn't do a session this way because
Okay.
this is going to be for everybody. Now, actually, I have heard that there is a way to go individual with this. Periscope, which is the one that Facebook Live is trying to compete with right now, Periscope has the ability for you to say, I'm going to do a private I'm going to do a private Periscope with Lou, and I only allow him to see me, and then whoever's broadcasting is being seen, the other person can type back and forth. So I still think Skype would have to be the answer if you want to see them and they want to see you. But I do have a really good friend who is an EFT practitioner, and she will do tapping. She's very intuitive. And when she's doing a one-on-one Periscope, she can feel what she needs to feel, and she does EFT tapping through private Periscopes. So,
Jodi, if I were to press that button while I'm in my business Facebook
Yes.
page,
yep.
would that session be saved? Or
Yes.
just-
Yes, that's the other thing that's fantastic about this. Periscope, if you do a live broadcast from Periscope, it's gone in 24 hours. It used to go to another platform called Catch.me that would hold it and save it for you. They have shut down as of tomorrow. So it does not save anywhere unless it saves to your phone, and it's gone in 24 hours. The one on Facebook will save into your feed, and all the comments that anybody makes while you're on there live will save underneath, and it's there forever. Now, one of the things I was telling Michael about that's very cool is that I was able to save all of the Periscopes that I did. And what I can do with those Periscopes is I can now upload them into Audacity, and I can use them to make podcasts. I can use them to do little clips of things that I might want to do. Like, there's so many. I can take those Periscopes and I can put them into iMovie or any other type of editing software and make small clips of what I did on Periscope and post them all over in the different social network places. So people can see me, because that's how people connect to you. If you really want to connect, they need to be able to see you. So, does that make sense? Any other questions?
So one more
Okay.
question.
Yes.
So you mentioned out of your big email list,
Yes.
you're fairly confident that you could have 40 people kind of begin sessions.
Totally.
Now, so you would use one of those mediums, or would you do it through YouTube?
Honestly, if I was to try to hit those 40 people who have been doing my 6 sessions over and over repeatedly, I would probably just do something simple and create in another program of hypnosis geared towards different specific things. Sugar addictions or binge eating, or some, still not a one-on-one. I've done one-on-one from the people who did the sessions and wanted one individual session with me, and I got on the phone with them and I was able to create something, and then I recorded the MP3 and then I sent it off to them. That was easy, fast money for one person. If I create a program, I send it to 40 different people at exactly the same time, and they all pay me. Not as much, but in reality, I will make so much more money that way than doing a one-on-one session with one person.
What's the medium of the program that you would send out? Would it be Facebook? Or
No, I would do it by MP3,
MP3?
and any chance you would show us your key? Because this has been a question of mine. I was like, do I put it on SoundCloud? Do I pay for SoundCloud and offer it there and then send them a link to SoundCloud? Or do I send them the MP3s via email? I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. My dad, who's in Michigan, is still burning them on CDs, but I don't even have a CD player anymore. I don't want to send them via CD. I don't have a CD player. So yes, so Mr. Michael just ordered. Go ahead. Do you want to show a couple of people?
Sure.
That's it.
It's a thumb drive. It's for a new program I'm actually launching called the Key to Prosperity. So I got thumb drives that are shaped like a key. They're 2 gigs. They cost me a little less than $5 a piece. They're laser engraved. I've got my stage hypnosis logo on one side, so I can sell the stuff at my stage shows. The other side, I've got my clinical practice logo. Website is on both sides as well. And again, the markup on these that you can sell them for is huge. 400, 500, 600% markup. Which it's not about making money, but you got to make money. and they're pretty reasonable to make. They come in all different shapes and sizes, not just keys. I'm using the key one because it matches the name of the program. They sell credit card ones, they sell traditional thumb drives, about 9. They've got one that fits into a pen. So there's all kinds of different opportunities to use this stuff. Yeah, I'm no longer going to even print books that I've written. I will put them all on this.
Where do you buy them?
There's the search thumb drives. Custom thumb
Michael's
drives
gonna
on
get
the
an
internet.
affiliate link so he
Yeah.
can make money and let us know.
Search thumb drives on the internet, and you'll go blind with all the responses.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's many different options. One that I used is called, it's called Flash Bay. Flash Bay, that's what it is. Flash Bay. Flash Bay, like FLASHBAY.com. And so, yeah, you can connect with those people. You just have to upload your logo there and give them all that graphic information, and then you have to load your stuff on them. There are services that will load all your information on there for you. I'm going to pick and choose what I load on here, so I want to do it myself. And simply, you just plug this in your computer and do it while you're watching, Friends or your Reps. And it takes about 3 minutes to load 2 gigs on this. Pull it out, put another one in, eat some popcorn, watch another episode.
So that's the direction I'm going. As soon as I talked to him and found out about that, because I've been questioning that myself. I wasn't sure how I wanted to be able to give it away, and that makes total sense. And it's tiny and it's perfect, and that's how everybody is uploading information. So, so anyway, quickly, because I know I'm running out of time already. Facebook is still right now the king of connecting to adults. So there's going to be different social media networks coming in and out all the time, but for right now, Facebook still has not even the main majority of people, but the amount of information it has collected from people using Facebook is insane. And it can pinpoint people and their interests and their area and their spending habits, unbelievable amounts of information. And so what you can do if you have a business page, if you conduct business off of your personal page and Facebook finds out or figures that out, they will shut you down and you're gone. So you definitely don't want to do that from your personal page. You want to set up a business or like page. So you'll see this is me, Jodi of Hert Hypnosis. I have my like page. And what this allows me to do is this is a post that I made. And if I decide to boost this post, which means I'm going to pay a little bit of money to send it out to a wider audience of people than just the people who have liked my page. So I think I have 400 likes or something. So not a lot. Here's the problem. With Facebook, they will only show your information on a business page to about 1% to 2% of your audience, unless they really get participation. If you get a bunch of comments on it, if you ask a question, this is brilliant. If you can get people to answer a question when you do a post on your business page, so they start commenting in the bottom, it will boost it up and Facebook will start showing it to a lot more people. If people just no, nothing. It's going nowhere. So what you can do is pay a little bit of money, from $5 even to $15, $20, whatever you want to do. And it shows up like this. It shows up as sponsored once you do that. So it's going to show up in people's feed. It's going to look like, hey, this is a legitimate business. This is sponsored. Sponsored by me, but it's sponsored. And then you go into, and I can't see this very well. Can you guys see that better? No. It's going to ask you who you want the audience to be. So you can say, I want just the people who liked my page to see it. And that will just go to the people that you're 400, or if you have 4,000. And it was only going to show it to 40 people. Now it's going to show it to a larger majority of your followers. Or you can say, I want to choose my own audience. And that's when you can go and you'll get this pop-up screen, and it starts to ask, you name this group that you want to target, and then you choose which country, their age group, and then you just start putting in these tags of what I want them to be interested in. And that starts taking those people and funneling them out and just saying, this is what I want: health, I want holistic health, I want wellness, and all that kind of stuff, and that will show up. You make that distinction, and then you click enter, or whatever that is, and save. And then what happens is, first it goes through, it has to be approved by them. And here's the thing, this one actually would never go. In your picture, you cannot have more than 20% words. It has to be mostly a picture and less than 20% of actual wording in the picture that you're going to boost. So if I tried to do this one, they would have kicked it back and it wouldn't have approved it. So make sure that that's something that you keep in mind. You want to grab people's attention with that photo. You want it to be bright. You want it to be something that catches their attention, and then very few words, and then everything you need to say is up in there. And you hit the audience that you want. So that's why you can literally go, and I've done this for a couple of things. I can't remember why though. You can choose Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, Ahwatukee. I mean, it gets down to the specific areas of Phoenix. You're not even just choosing Phoenix. You are choosing essentially neighborhoods of Phoenix that you want to broadcast your sponsored post to go to. So there is more information, you guys, on there, and just the other sites. And basically, my whole thing is, no matter what site you decide to use, the way to get people to follow you is to engage, which means go to other groups that have the same interests of the people that you are looking to try to connect to, and be of relevance. Like, make comments, be positive, don't go in there being a know-it-all and saying rude stuff, because then no one's gonna follow you. But if you are giving some type of good information or even support to people or whatever, people are just nosy. And they'll look you up. They'll be like, who is this? And then you go there and then make sure that all of your information, like your business page, is linked to your personal page. So when they go to your personal page, it says Jodi of Healthy Heart Hypnosis. They click that, it takes them to my business page. So it's all got to funnel back so that they know how to find you and get back to your email list. Okay? So anyway, if there's any other questions afterwards, you guys come up and ask me. I also have a sign-up sheet to get your emails. If you want to stick with, while I'm going through this Marketing Impact Academy, I will share what I learned. So if you want to get on that list, I will send emails out. Okay?
Awesome.
So.